You have a goal that you want to accomplish. This may be anything you can imagine, ranging from running a marathon, paying off the student loan debt, becoming the next prime minister, or becoming a millionaire. Goals come in all shapes and sizes and are always personally meaningful to you. You are willing to work hard to accomplish your goals. By doing this, you can find the happiness and success you've been looking for. Whatever crafts, skills, or goals you may want to pursue, the path to mastery will be a long and tedious journey. There is a lot of information to be found on how to reach a specific goal, but what is left often explored is the various mental roadblocks that can hinder you. In today's video, we'll uncover the 5 hindrances to personal growth, according to the Shaolin Buddhism philosophy. These hindrances are mental challenges that each of us will encounter at some point along the way, and that if undealt with, will prevent us from achieving our goals. These hindrances describe 5 different mental states that cloud your mind from seeing clearly and prevent it from engaging in the right decisions. We will uncover the 5 hindrances to self-mastery, along with the solutions proposed by the inspiring TED Talk speaker and the current 35th Shaolin Temple Master Shi Heng Yi. Master Shi Heng Yi describes the road to self-mastery as climbing a high mountain, the mountain of the mind. And if you decide to step on the path of mastery, you'd best be prepared to handle these inevitable hindrances. Hindrance number 1. Sensual desire. The first hindrance refers to the pursuit of immediate gratification and pleasure. This is any temptation or anything labeled as fun that gives you positive emotions immediately. The positive emotion can originate from the 5 senses of your body: seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, and feeling. When the temptation becomes too strong and you give into it, you've lost your track. The biggest problem with sensual desire is when the temptation becomes so strong that it becomes an obsession. In this case, your journey stops and you are no longer moving forward. In today's age of technology, social media, and online entertainment, there is no shortage of distractions that compete for our already scarce attention. We can easily get lost in TikTok videos or binge watch an entire season on Netflix if we are not careful. How to overcome sensual desire. This is by no means saying that we have to deprive ourselves of life's pleasure, but we must understand that what starts as a simple 30 minutes episode can turn into a whole weekend lost to Netflix. If this behavior pattern repeats itself every weekend, it can most certainly become problematic and distract us from our goals. The only way to fight temptation is to carefully ponder the consequences of giving in to the temptation. Ask yourself, would this help or hurt me in achieving my goals? The answer to this question will allow you to step back from the sensual desire. Hindrance number 2. Ill will or aversion. The second hindrance describes a state of mind that arises from negative emotions. Ill will is the opposite of sensual desire. The mental state of not wanting something because of the negative emotions it implies. It can be a strong dislike of an object, situation, or a person. In keeping with the mountain climbing scenario, let's say you hate being caught in the rain, but as you climb this mountain, it starts to rain. Depending on how strongly you dislike the rain and how hard it rains, you might decide to delay your journey or even quit altogether. Negative emotions such as fear, anger, and frustration are a normal part of life, and they need to be dealt with appropriately. However, if these emotions linger and we get stuck inside them, we might be prevented from moving forward. How to overcome ill will. It's important to be aware of what you don't like, whatever it might be. Instead of ignoring your ill wills, investigate the roots of it. If you hate being caught in the rain, ask yourself why. Maybe it's because you get cold easily from being wet, or maybe you have an entirely different reason. Ask yourself what you could have done differently. Maybe checking the forecast before heading out or bringing a raincoat with you would help. If you're well prepared, you might not hate the rain as much. Take this as an opportunity to learn more about yourself and trying out a new way of doing things. Hindrance number 3. Dullness and torpor. This hindrance alludes to dullness of the mind and heaviness of the body. It's a state of inaction that occurs as a result of having low energy and a lack of motivation. In our modern society, the lack of energy oftentimes manifests itself as a state of depression. Buddhism describes it as an imprisonment of the mind. You find yourself locked in a small cell, unable to move freely or to undertake any mental or physical effort. The more you allow it to invade your mind and body, the more the walls of the cell close in on you. How to overcome dullness and torpor? You must first identify what led you to this mental state. Is it because of a job that you don't like? Or is it because of the people you find yourself with? Start taking small steps to remove the source from your life. This way, you can start pushing back the walls of your cell. Remind yourself of your goal and of what is really important in your life by focusing on maximizing the progress you've already made, no matter how small it might appear. Hindrance number 4. Restlessness. The fourth hindrance is the result of an unsettled mind. This often happens to people who are constantly worried about the future or who judge themselves harshly for their past actions. In either case, the person is unable to settle his or her mind on the present moment. Zen Buddhism describes this state of mind as the monkey mind, always jumping from one place to another, unable to stay focused in the present moment. During times of restlessness, we open ourselves to whims and may act in ways that we may end up regretting later, thus furthering the already unsettled mind. How to overcome restlessness? To quiet down the unsettled mind, you must first be aware of the emotion you feel. Observe it as it's happening. Do not try to resist it. Rather, acknowledge it, sitting with it for a moment, no matter how uncomfortable it might be. Understand it, then let it go. As a famous philosopher, Alan Watts, puts it, muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone. Meditation is one of the most effective ways to overcome restlessness. It helps to clear your mind of impulsive thoughts so you can find peace in the present moment. Hindrance number 5. Skeptical doubt. This state of mind is closely related to the state of indecisiveness. It's very easy to get stuck in this state of self-doubt and to begin questioning whether we can accomplish what we originally set out to do. The mind ceases to synchronize with our actions, and we get disconnected from the goals and aspirations that we once had. When the path is filled with too much doubt, we tend to stop instead of moving forward. How to overcome skeptical doubt? The key is to challenge your doubts, take a step back, and ask yourself, does the reasoning behind my doubts make sense? Is there logic behind it, or is it just an exaggeration that is disconnecting me from my goals? Take a good, hard look at why these doubts are happening. Chances are they're only a construct of an anxious mind. There you have it, the 5 hindrances to self-mastery and how to deal with them. Although I have explained upon them, these ideas are not mine. They originate from Master Shi Heng Yi, the headmaster of Europe's Shaolin temple based in Germany, who has spent more than 30 years learning about the interaction between the mind and body. Whatever your goals are for your personal development journey, I'm sure you'll find meaning in having this knowledge. If you enjoyed this type of content, please like and consider subscribing if not already done so. Thank you for watching. See you next time.